What's going on, beautiful people? You know what we're here for. You know what we're here to do. You know what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about baddies. Talk to me. I mean, I don't know the words. I'll never know the words. I'll never know the words. We're gonna do a deeper dive into Baddies episode 2, entitled Smiley's Down. I don't know why they said man down, because it's not a man, it's a woman. Woman down. Would that have been like more disgusting to put the title woman down instead of man down? But I mean, they got her laid out like this on the ground. Anyways, listen, I am Wesley from AK Nation TV, the one place in the World Wide Web where we can actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. If you don't know me and it's the first time seeing me, I don't know where the hell you been, because I've been on YouTube for a very long time. A Connection TV is synonymous with BGC, and now we run it over into baddies, because without BGC, there'd be no baddies. Listen, do me a favor and like the video from Mona. You like the video from Mona? She did her review last night. Now it's my turn to give, the people that want to see me, because y'all out there. People that want to see me, it's my turn to do the review. Now, we're going to break it down scene by scene, and I'm going to give my little insight. Now, this is just my opinion. We can adopt similar connections despite our differences. If you don't vibe with me or vibe with me, write it down below, because the comments matter and the likes matter. Hit that like up button, hit that like up button, hit that like up, that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up button, and let's get it in. We start this off with Biggie going after Smiley. And talk about, you talked about my man, get back on set. Get back on set. That's crazy. Biggie having to tell anybody in the universe to get back on set is wild. But I'm happy for her because, and I also want to get, y'all gonna have to get y'all snacks, get y'all something to drink, something to cool, calm, relax. If I'm playing in the background, listen to my sultry voice. But we're gonna have to break this down, because I don't understand why a lot of y'all still are stuck in, like, it seems like a lot of y'all are stuck on prior seasons. Like, these women can't change who they are and do something different on a new season. I don't know why we think that. Even if you like the person or dislike the person, all of the women have the ability to change in any direction when they come back on set, right? We don't have to hem them up to past behaviors, because I think a lot of people are keeping these women in past behaviors and not expecting them to evolve or change in some which way. Right? And so let's get back to Biggie, because everybody wanted Biggie to fight. Everybody wanted Biggie to fight. Everybody wanted Biggie to fight. She fights this time. That's a changed behavior, because it's never been Biggie, coming at you like, what up? Get back on set. Never happened. Never happened. I mean, she did run up on Rollie when she knew that it had to be what it was, right? And she did run up on Jayla when she knew what it had to be, what it was, right? Now she asserting herself in the situation with Smiley. Very different approach, right? But I can accept this, because I've always wanted Biggie to at least stand up for herself and not back down. Hopefully, she doesn't give us the good fight and then the rest of the season she's back down, because that's what happened with Jayla. She gave us a good fight, back down the rest of the season. Gave us a good fight with Rollie, back down the rest of the season. She gives us a good fight with Smiley, and we know that she's going after Tommie next. So let's just see how Biggie rides this out. Smiley was talking about her man, or her dead husband, according to Biggie. I don't know for sure. I follow these girls, but I don't follow Smiley, and I don't follow Biggie. Biggie has me blocked. So, whatever Smiley said, I don't know, but it is what it is. Biggie's standing 10 toes on it. You talked about my man. You talked about, no, Chrisean, no, Suki. And they fight. Now, it was more or less, their fight is like a Summer and mariahlynn fight. Like, they scrapping, but is anybody really going to care? Not really. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what Biggie and Smiley be giving with their fights. And then in between all of that, we get Tinka and Coi Leray. Coi Leray tries to, sneak Tinka, and Tinka not really having it. I don't know if something like clicked back into her energy, and she like, you're not getting that. You know what I'm saying? Because the first couple of rounds was really shaky for Tinka. I expected, like Coi Leray said, Coi Leray didn't sell herself. She like, I expected to be swung around in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? But Tinka didn't do that. So, but Tinka on the last couple of rounds was getting it in. It wasn't more or less a tie. It was Tinka getting the edge in wise, in my opinion. But Biggie and Smiley, Very interesting. Because Smiley seems to be like a person that will talk whatever she wants to talk, but doesn't really want it. I think Smiley is worse than Biggie with regards to her mouthpiece and her hands working on the show. I think she's worse than Biggie. And I didn't think that was possible to be worse than Biggie. But Biggie is doing her big one. Smiley looking flustered. She looking flushed. She's like, I don't know what happened. What happened? What's going on? Smiley in her confessional with the head wrap and scarf hanging down. I was just like, girl, stop it. Let's not. And then she's like, well, yeah, well, I guess we're gonna have to run it because I still owe you that. You didn't get your owe back. You didn't. She owed you, but you didn't get it you didn't get the payment. Like, I'm confused. Like, and you know this, you didn't get the payment because you're talking in the confessional. Confessional's after the fact. So how you sitting there like, I owe you that? You didn't get no payment back. She still owe you the money. And then you have Suki and Sapphire come in. Pretty women. Yes, indeed. Sapphire already on go. She know what the scene is causing for. She like, all right, where my name plate? Where the coochie girls? I don't see the coochie girls. So now she about to investigate, make sure she get her camera time. She in there. She like, what's going on? What happened? What did I miss? You know what's interesting about this? I got to give props. I got to give props to these women, right? Because as I reanalyze this show and I'm looking at it, right? I'm looking at the scenes as I talk to y'all about the scenes. We're going to do a deeper dive. Sapphire awards him to Biggie, and she's like, yo, what's going on? Biggie is on 1,000. No, Sapphire, bring your pen. Get your pen. Get your pen. Get your pen. I'm like, these girls know how to perform. Now, can they have real feelings and emotions and mixed into the theatrics? Sure. But it's a TV show. And these women have gotten to the point where they know that it's a TV show and it's my time to perform. Biggie is so loud and extra and boisterous. Sapphire comes in inquisitive, investigating. You know what I'm saying? Tinka walking around making sure she get her moment. Killer talking about, oh, she got my hat. I need my hat back. You know what I'm saying? It's like in the real world, people don't care that much in the real world. Like certain situations, right? Certain situations, people don't care that much. But it's so interesting because they know what to do when it's time to do it. And I got to give these women props. It is what it is. These women are good at what they do. So Tinka and Coi Killer go back because Tinka got Coi Killer hat on. Tinka a troll. She like, what you want to do? What you want to do? And as I'm watching it, yo, the knots on Gretchen's head is crazy. Like, hers is crazy. Like, God, Ahna put that work in. Tommie walks in looking good as hell, and Scotty walks in looking amazing. Yes. Oh, yes. Scotty is looking good as she walks out. Now, she got her little long thing coming down. What she said is a 50-inch piece looking good. Yes, Scotty. Scotty, all the women looked amazing. Jayla, Chanel, Scotty, Tommie, Cat, all the women looking fly coming in. And they like, what the hell is going on? It's World War III up in this bitch. Tinka, that last round with Coi Killer got it in. But, security be bum rushing it. And it'd be so crazy. I respect Coi Killer wholeheartedly because no matter what, she fighting whoever it is, what is going. Like, you know what I'm saying? And in my mind, I think I finally get what the win, lose, or draw mean. But she's always seeming to be on the draw or winning side. Let me explain. Because even though it may seem like Coi Killer is getting beat up or Coi Killer is losing the fight, whatever, she still come out looking clean. The only time Coi Killer got like real hardcore battle wounds, in my opinion, was when she fought with Tavi at that little outside when they talked about the car incident with the kids and stuff like that. Because she was going round for 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 round. But she also put war wounds on Tavi too. You got to respect Coi Killer because I respect her from the win, lose, or draw point. But because that whole saying is just scrap. Like when you talk about win, lose, or draw, and every time you come out looking like, damn, you got beat the fuck up by 15 people, stop fighting. But her win, lose, or draw is like always like she clean when she come out the fight, and it's a draw or she win. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're not gonna sun her or punk her. Tinka thought she was gonna ragdoll her, and she did not. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I like Coi Killer, because they going round for round for round for round for round, and she not stopping, and she not caring, and she not giving up. I like that about Coi Killer. So let's analyze the Lex and Tavi fight, because some of y'all are still clueless. Some of y'all are still a bit low. Some of y'all are clueless. Some of y'all are still a bit slow. Okay. Talking about I have an issue with Lex. I don't have an issue with Lex. I like Lex this season. So far, so good. Lex is standing on business. Okay. And what do I mean by that? We're gonna deeper dive into that when I get to the Lex and Chrisean piece, because y'all got Lex fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is the first I'm really like defending her. No shade. But, you know, because it just makes sense. When I'm watching it, it makes sense to go on that side. It makes sense. Lex fighting Tavi and Fauna right now don't make sense to me, because you already handled that at the reunion. I feel like I said prior, these girls know how to perform. These girls know what they need to do for the show. So they're carrying that bone just to give themselves some footage, which is cool because all the women do this. Let's be clear. Every single woman in this moment is doing it. Let's be clear. But Lex did her ones and twos with Tavi and Fauna again because they jumped her at the reunion. The thing that we fail to realize is that Tavi is in the right in this situation. Girl, you handled that at the reunion. Why are we doing this now? She is correct. For whatever reason, y'all like, nah, Lex need to get that next day. She did it already on a reunion. Lex was just bored. She needed some extra camera time. So that's why she did that. And there's no shade, because every single woman on this show gets their camera time when they feel that they need it. So it's okay. Let's be clear. Tavi knew what it was because she took the wig off. You know what I'm saying? But Lex did not beat up Tavi in this moment. Y'all are saying I'm gassing, oh, I'm biased, I don't like Lex. No. Lex did not beat up Tavi in this moment. They had a good squabble. It was cute, but they did not get beat up. And how you know? Neither one of their faces are jacked. Usually, you be seeing damage on, you know, either party, but it was clean faces, make them still intact. You know what I'm saying? We get an exchange between, before that, Tanisha comes, like she come, very, like I said, very performative, right? They know how to do what they need to do for camera, for entertainment. And there's no shade. All the women do this. But she is so silly on the extreme, because she comes, she get out the car, she look both ways, seeing if she need to cross the street. She ain't cross the street, she on the curb. She get out, she like, okay, nobody here to bother me. Okay, cool. Then we hear her on a confessional, but as soon as she inside, she eating. She got a plate of food. This is the only woman that got her plate of food throughout all the chaos. Scotty didn't even get a third plate, but Tanisha made sure she got a plate of food. You know why? Because this is Tanisha's thing. And this is the performative part that comes into play through the entertainment piece. Tanisha, no matter what show she's on, no matter what's happening, she's always going to be eating something, because that is like her thing for the big girl, to eat. And she has not changed that. She is on that. Even Rollie used to be the same way. But even now, from season to season, we don't even see Rollie continue that narrative or that stereotype. But Tanisha does. It's very interesting. I don't know if it's a respect thing or she just is so ingrained in her to always have food. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's just weird. Then we get Lex and Tavi going back and forth. Now, Tavi want to have a conversation. She's asking a legitimate question. Why do you still want to fight me? What's the issue? We jumped you. You got your ones at the reunion. Why are we continuing this fight? I understand Tavi's position, and I agree with her. Lex is like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't get my ones. Lex, you did. Maybe in this moment, maybe Lex forgot. I don't know. Maybe in this moment, maybe Lex don't care. I don't know. And she want to get into action because, let's be clear, this is an action scene. This is an action scene. You cannot be one of them women that don't get in the paint on Zeus. Let's be clear. And I have it in my mind that if you don't fight, they really don't see it for you coming back. You know what I'm saying? And every fight that you do have is like a plus. Okay, you in there, you in there, you in there. I'm not saying that this is certifiable, but I'm saying that this makes sense, because some of the reasons why these girls be fighting just makes no sense. You see what I'm saying? Like Lex walking up to them to fight, it just made no sense because she got her ones back on the reunion. But stay tuned, because it's not like I'm against Lex, because y'all are against Lex. I'm not. I'm just for the facts. Now, tesehki versus Summer. It's interesting. because we go back to the, oh, Taseki's boring, Taseki's boring, Taseki's boring. But y'all want her to fight everybody in the house. The reason why I like Taseki is because she does not just fight just to fight. There has to be a reason that leads her up to putting her hands on you. I respect that. And I respect that because Taseki, damn it, knows how to fight. We know she knows how to fight. We have made her the biggest eater on baddies. You know what I'm saying? So we get that she knows how to fight. In this moment, I have both sides. People are saying that Taseki should have just beat Summer up. People are saying that Summer was scared. I'm also of the same belief that, yes, Summer could be scared, but she wasn't mute for no one. And at the same time, I respect both women in this scenario. Taseki, because she on that, but she knows that she could beat her the F up, and she just slap boxing this girl around, trying to get her to shut up. Summer, she's scared out of her mind because she do not want to fight none of these girls, Chrisean or Taseki, but she's still not being quiet. She's not mute. So she's not a punk in that sense. She didn't want to fight, so she backing up. Leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. She backing up because when it came to Mariahlynn, she ain't saying, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. She fought Mariahlynn. But let's be clear, she did not stay mute. I respect both girls in this situation. I really do. In the mix of the chaos, Gretchen tries to get Ahna again, and Ahna can't do nothing but laugh. I love Ahna. She's hilarious. And to see, like, Gretch, get the fuck. Get that, like, back. If you had your ones already, it's my turn. It's my turn. Everybody is looking like this is just complete chaos. And you know what's missing in this thing besides the Zeus man behind this pulpit, behind this podium? You got the Zeus man behind the podium like he's directing the choir, but no one seems to be able to calm these women down and get some dialogue. You know why? Because Natalie is not here. You know why? We don't know why. This is her show. This is where she get the money at. Natalie should be here. This scene was so chaotic and so just annoying to watch because no one was leading the pack. And then to see that Lemmy is in the background, not really doing anything, not really saying anything, and all we're capturing is fights is annoying. It is important for us to have someone to lead these groups of women. And even though a lot of the women don't necessarily respect Natalie, if Natalie were to come into the scene, she would be able to rein, some of the girls in and to get some sort of, conversation going. So it sucks that she was not in here. What's also interesting is that the roles were reversed, right? Remember when Cashan wanted Taseki to smack ahnamac and Taseki was like, nah, she fragile. Now the roles were reversed. Taseki is one, Chrisean to smack Summer, but Chrisean is like, nah, like, what's the point in that? Like, and it's so dope to see Chrisean so put together in this sense where she's like chilling. She don't want to fight anyone. She had ample opportunity to lay hands on multiple women, but she does not want to fight anyone. And not even Summer. That's really, really interesting. I would love to know what y'all feel about that in the comments below. I want to talk about the big three. Everyone is saying that the big three did not help Summer, but the big three were not quiet and were all the majority of the time in between Taseki and Summer. Let's be clear. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make sense. Like if the big three, if Dolly and Lex did not really care for Summer or did not really protect Summer, they would have been on the other side just chilling. Throughout this whole situation, they're trying to mitigate and trying to like make sure things are cool and copacetic. Even in the scene before that, Summer said, it is what it is, I'm gonna do what I need to do. And Dolly and Lex was like, okay, yeah, she's gonna stand on it for herself. They said that in the last episode. So now we hear and everybody wants Dolly and Dolly and Lex to jump in. But they are there though. They are present. I don't understand, like, in this situation, were the two of them supposed to just jump? To see. I don't like when they said that they had already had a discussion on how they were going to handle it. I don't know what they wanted. I don't know what people wanted from these two. But they were there, is my point. They were there and they were present trying to at least calm the situation down. Biggie saying that Smiley would never be her or Rollie because it's a group of the big girls and she's the ugliest one out of the three. That's insane. That's That's an insane kind of like insult. Cause like what? I could go so many places with that, but I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna let Biggie have her moment. Then we get the moment where Smiley falls out. Okay, another seizure. Okay. And Sapphire is like, I want to make sure she cool because you just never know when it's real and never know when it's fake. And I commend Sapphire for that. But at the same time, she's like, girl, we're not doing that. We're not doing that this season, Smiley. We're not doing that this season, girl. Get your ass up, ho. Get up. Then the people come in, the blurred faces come in, and they're like, no, call the police, call the ambulance. We don't want to get sued. Make sure this girl get taken out. We don't want to get sued. Tommie is on some, I know Smiley from Miami. Like, she cool. When she said she was coming, she said, that she didn't want to fight nobody. She was just going to be chill. But then I come in and everybody attacking her. And I'm like, damn, like Smiley wasn't on that for real. So like what, and then Mariah coming like, yeah, so this what happened, man. Like, it was what it was. Like Smiley was on that mouthpiece talking online or whatever. And Tommie like, are you black? She trying to understand, like, she like, why the hands moving and stuff? But that's just Mariah. She on that, So now I need real people to understand what's happening in this moment because everyone is saying that the big three was scared. The big three was scared. The big three was scared. Okay, Summer was scared of tesehki, but she was not mute in the whole situation. Dolly had no dog in the fight because she already fought tesehki and they had squashed whatever they squashed and she don't have any problems with Cashan. She don't know Cashan. But then Lex comes in, and this is where I think y'all got Lex like screwed up because y'all are saying, oh, they were scared. I don't think, first of all, Dolly and Lex aren't scared of anybody. Now, I'm going to just say that. Based off of what I see on TV, they're not scared of anybody, but specifically about Lex, right? Because y'all think I'm biased. Y'all think I don't like her. Y'all, whatever. I'm about to catch y'all up. In this moment between Chrisean and Biglex, Chrisean is clearly talking about biglex because she referenced they let Summer get beat up and they didn't want to jump my sister. Something to that effect. The only people that were involved in that scenario were the big three. No one else was involved in that. So in my mind, those words are directed to Lex, and that's how Lex felt. Now, y'all are saying that Lex is scared because any other time she would pop off or get active. That's not true. In every situation with Lex, every fight, Ivory, Tavi, the Pretty Three. What other fights she been in? Except for Scotty. She would always pop off first on Scotty. Okay? But all the other fights, the only time she started to fight physically is when they fought her. Now, y'all can feel however y'all want to feel about it, but it's true. Ivory fought her first. Lex didn't want to end it. Pretty Three fought the crew first. Lex got in it because it was a lot going on. She got in it, right? Lex ran it with Tavi all the time. Tavi is the first one to pop off on her, right? So in all those situations, except for the Pretty Three, because they had nothing to really do with her, it was going back and forth for Summer, but she got in that because it was like a Royal Rumble type thing. Lex always spoke her piece and spoke her mind. Always. And in this moment, I don't even see how y'all say that she's scared of Chrisean. If she was scared of Chrisean, she wouldn't have said shit. She wouldn't have said nothing. But the fact that Lex is going back and forth with Chrisean, like, nah, you directing that over here. Like, so what's the issue? You wanted me to jump your sister? No, but you talking to me. Y'all are crazy to think that Lex was scared of Chrisean. I don't understand that. Y'all are crazy. This was a hot moment, though, because Chrisean is on some I don't want to fight nobody. And that's cool. That's commendable. I understand that, right? But I'm not saying Chrisean is scared of Lex, and I'm not saying Lex is scared of Chrisean because they both talking. But let's be clear. If one was scared of the other, like per se, one of them would have been mute. I just wish somebody would have popped off. I just wish somebody would have popped off because this right here would have been a fight to see. Chrisean had a point though. She was saying that people are performing, and they are. They 100% are performing for cameras. They definitely, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Suki and Tommie trying to say, cue the music. They need to have a dance off. Tommie was trying to see that fight between Lex and Cashan. I think everybody wanted to see that fight between Lex and Cashan, but it don't happen. They're like, cue the music, cue the music. Yeah, we all wanted to see that fight between Lex and Cashan. Let's be clear. Honestly, the only fight that would have been worth watching. No shade to everybody, but the only fight that would have been worth watching. Suki and Cashan are so silly. Suki was like, who just got jumped? Who just got snuck? Well, Tinka snuck Tommie because she wanted to get that. Now, we got to let her get that, right? She was one season off. She was pregnant, whatever. She couldn't do what she needed to do. Rollie got her leg back. Tinka want her leg back. Tinka want her moment. And they not letting you get to her. So she snatched the wig off. It was what it was. But Suki's like, what? No. Oh, my God. No. Why she get snatched? Performative. All right, so then we move further into the scene and we get more dialogue between Cashan and Lex. Growth. This is growth on Cashan's part, in my mind, right? Because Cashan is coming on some, yeah, we're just going to clear the air and make it work. We don't have to fight unless there needs to be a reason. Cashan was on that, I'm going to fight you if y'all jumping in on my sister. Because she's used to seeing the big three jump in fights and gather, you know what I'm saying? And let's be clear, usually it'd be Dolly jumps or Dolly jumps a fight or Summer jumps a fight. It's never really Lex, right? It's never really Lex. She'll get in there with her people when she need to get in there, but she let people fight for the most part, right? It's usually Dolly or Summer that's doing the jumping and the tag teaming. Let's be clear on that. So Chrisean watches, she's like, yeah, I know what they're gonna be on. Let's see if they really on that. And she expected, based on past situations, for Lex and or Dolly to jump in on Summer's fight because that's usually what happens between Dolly and Summer. Not really Lex, but between Dolly and Summer. Chrisean didn't see that happening, and she feels that it didn't happen because it's tesehki. And that's why she feels it's fake and phony, fake clicks, right? Chrisean was ready on that because she just stated in the further scene, going down into the episode, she stated, she was like, I was watching y'all to see if y'all was going to jump in or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't. So Chrisean didn't respond with her fist. I think that's growth. And I like this Chrisean. But let's be clear, Chrisean never really fought unless she felt she had to. You know what I'm saying? So Chrisean always been that girl. But I think Chrisean was expecting the girls to jump in and they didn't. So now she calling that fake and she's saying it's performative. And I get her side of things. I also understand Lex's side of things as well. Because in this, Lex is saying she did not agree with what Summer did. So she's not going to stand up for that and try to protect her on that. But, so I hope y'all understand what I'm saying about Cashan and Lex. I respect both ladies, and neither one of them were scared. Let's move on to the next scene. So this is when we know that, for sure, that someone was scared because all the episode is saying, leave me alone to tesehki. But when mariahlynn comes in, she's steady, ready to fight. So that's a clear indication. Now, if Lex did something like that, where Chrisean was pressing her, and she didn't want to fight Chrisean, but then Tavi got in and she wanted to fight Tavi, then we could say that Lex was scared, or you know what I'm saying? But that didn't happen. Summer was clearly scared, but she wasn't mute the whole way through. Then you get Captain Saver Mariah come through and she loses miserably, horribly, because Summer has a longer reach than Mariah. They both were doing the windmill, but Summer was not connecting any hits with her head down, doing like this, because her reach is smaller. It's tragic. I was like, girl, just stop. Just hang it up. Flat screen. Can I say that I like Cashan? Can I say that I wish she stayed the whole show? Because Cashan is calling out all the bullshit, and I like that. Just Tanisha is sitting here spooked and nervous, scared out of her mind that Rollie want to fight her. I thought it was really hilarious how Judy was like, Tanisha, Rollie calling you, she want to talk to you. Tanisha like, for what? What I do? Girl, you said before you got on the show that you knew what it was. This is why I vibe with Cashan, because it be the fake stuff for me. Like, it's corny. Like, perform, give us entertainment, but don't act like you don't know what's going on. That's the corniness for me. I'm Cashan all day. I am that girl. Minus the leaving and stuff. I'm that girl because she clocking everybody. She like, You lying though. You spoke about this on the thing. If you didn't want to come, you wouldn't have came. Facts. And if you didn't want to come, you wouldn't have came, but you did because you need that check. Facts. This whole scene, this was a performative moment. It was a performative scene. Now, I'm not saying that Rollie didn't need to get her ones in or a conversation in with Tanisha. She definitely needed to do that, and she did it at the right time because this show didn't amount to much of anything until we got Cashan and Lex talking. Now we got Tanisha and Rollie talking. This is when the show actually started. Episode 2 actually started for me, right? Substance, right? So Rollie was on her, on what she needed to get. But Tanisha was so performative, and you could tell that she was lying. Like, girl, you know what's going on. But I did like the moment. I did like the moment when the BGC women was behind Tanisha. Because I feel like if Rollie were to attack Tanisha, the BGC girls would have stopped it. I believe that wholeheartedly. And honestly, you know, I think a lot of people were wanting the Royal Rumble to be between the BGC girls and the baddies. That would have been interesting. But the BGC girls are too grown for that. They need some reason to fight and to get into pain. And watching two girls have a conversation was not it. But it was hilarious. The BGC girls had Tanisha's back, but Tanisha was spooked and nervous, and you can't tell me nothing different. And then, you know, Lemmy comes on. He says his piece. He says keywords, though. Natalie might be here a little less. Natalie might be here a little more. We don't know. But there's a lot going on. We're looking for leaders. This is the degree in him. We're looking for leaders to stand in the fight and do what they need to do to make sure everything goes right. I said, Lemmy, you better go ahead and preach to these girls. And you know, they like me, pick me, pick me. I can be it, master. I can be it. Then here goes Tanisha. Zeus going up. Zeus going up. I'm like, girl, Tanisha, stop. Like, what is... Scotty tells everybody she's pregnant, so don't fight me. I'm pregnant, so don't fight me, or it's going to be hell to pay. Then we get in the moment of March coming to set by way of Cashan, and I'm a bit not understanding what's really going on at this moment because everyone knew that March was coming back. So to this day, I still don't really understand and fully get why Tesehki was going off. But even though when she talks about it in the car, I feel like it's edited to where I still don't get it, right? We heard somebody say something and then Chrisean was like, Marsh is my blood sister or whatever. But to me, it's not crystal clear. Maybe y'all can put it in below the comments from Tesehki's point of view, why it went so ham. But I didn't catch it. Then we get, the bus ride conversations. All the women look good. I like this hair on Tavi. I think Tavi hair looks really, really good on her. Her face don't look, she didn't get beat up the last thing. So that was great. Scotty talking about she a natural baddie. I love that for Scotty. I love that minus the hair, but I love that for Scotty. All the girls are talking. The four, Mariahlynn, Biggie, ahnamac, and Tesehki are back as a unit. I think that's dope. I'm glad that they have that support system because every one of the girls need it. Even Tesehki says she needed all of her girls there to calm her down, to resolve, help her, calm down. I think that's dope. But the big bus, we get Tinka, Dolly, the rest of the girls. Rollie talks about Natalie. I had a conversation with her. I'm not looking to fight her, whatever. She's going through a lot. Okay, boom. Then Summer carries the bone. She like, Tinka, you don't really like us for real. Especially you don't like Dolly. And then there's an exchange of words. I think both Dolly and Tinka are valid and right with how they need to feel. But the moment that Tinka said, Dolly said that when her hand get better, she got something for Tinka. So what up? Dolly took her purse off. When Dolly took her purse off, I don't know why Tinka didn't do anything. But Tinka should have did something right then and there. Because when Dolly took her purse off, they staring at each other, Tinka automatically went up. And, the episode ends. Listen, I need y'all to leave y'all comments below. Let me know how y'all feel. This episode was really lukewarm. There wasn't enough substance for me. So yeah, I really didn't care for the episode that much. But hey, you got an episode review from Mona, and now you're getting a deeper dive in it with me. Let me know how y'all feel. Leave your comments below. And as always, thank y'all for connecting with your boy. This.